Alright, down to 1 day left here to get started on this race day event. It is a 5-day event. Of course, we got 3 2020 season GTE teams to choose from. We got the Porsche, which is what I used in the last version at Le Mans. And of course, we got Chevy, the one with the lowest PR. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. And then, of course, last but not least, Aston Martin, the car that I don't actually currently own. But since I already have the driver experience kind of jacked up on Porsche, let's go with that. So, 5-stage event, and this one runs like typical race day event. By that I mean there is a set PR that you're required to meet, so sort of like limited time series. So you're gonna have to get some they don't call it upgrades, it's a tune-up, but who are we kidding, it's kind of the same thing, right? Except it's not permanent, so it's a temporary upgrade essentially. And yeah, so and the race day format, of course, you don't have to wait 24 hours between stages. So it says 5-day event, but you know, for all you guys who wanted to get through it quickly, you should be able to, if you're playing through it in one sitting, you should be able to run through it in essentially like a couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours. This event is only, let's see, there are 4 goals every stage except for the last stage. Stage 5 has 5 goals, so that is like what, 21 races to complete, so that's not too bad. And this one takes place, it starts off, as you can see here, at the Red Bull Ring, and then it ends well, stage 3 through 5, the sort of the part 2 of the event takes place at Nürburgring. So, you know, and the Nürburgring events are gonna be at the sprint circuit, so that's not terribly long circuit. So anyway, back to the event at the goal at hand here. The first goal I am running actually without any tune-ups, because for stage 1 I wanted to get started on this one while I basically did not want to miss out on it, on this opportunity to run through this event to win the 3rd 2020 GTE car, and also wanted to get the tune-ups, which are only available during these special events, so I can upgrade the new team principles feature. Now the driver, obviously, you only, per race, you only get to level up, essentially gain experience or XP points for the particular driver that you choose. But on the team principal side, there's only one team principal for each team. So if you're, I guess, undecided on which driver that you want to use primarily, then team principal upgrades would be the way to go, because, you know, while bringing your PR up on the basically all the cars in that team with upgrading team principal versus, you know, upgrading the driver only upgrades that particular one. Anyway, so that's the sort of the new feature that I did not want to miss out on. So, and I basically, before I started this event, what I did was, after I launched the game, I actually did a cloud restore, which basically after you restore do the cloud restore, and if you don't close out the game and restart, if you just continue on, then what happens is when you start this event, normally there is that 3-hour instant service and instant tune-up offer available. But because in my situation, I know my schedule today where I'm not going to be able to race for basically 2.5 hours or whatever it's going to take me to complete this one. So, but at the same time, I didn't want to miss out, so I just wanted to get started on this one. So basically, the approach that I'm taking here is getting the event started, but don't trigger, basically. I'm not triggering the instant service and instant tune-up, more so with the instant service, because instant tune-ups, I could get them right now and get that done, because I now can afford all the tune-ups necessary, which for this event in Porsche, actually both Porsche and Aston Martin, you need 6 tune-ups across the board if you are running essentially stock with no upgraded driver, or if you don't put any of the team principal upgrades on the car right away, because that's gonna cost gold, right? To convert the either driver experience to PR or the team principal XP to PR, that conversion is where they get you. So since the gold is, I would say, the most prized currency in the game, even with the introduction of the new currency, motorsport dollars, I would say save your gold. I know, without upgrading your driver or team principal, you're not going to go very far in the 2020 season of Endurance GT racing, but you know, we'll worry about that later. Besides, I feel like the motorsport dollars are kind of more dispensable. You know, there's a cap on how much you can get every day, so they're, by nature, they're kind of temporary, and the max you can accrue is 4 million without, you know, buying, or I suppose you can go beyond 4 million if you're like tier completion reward, those type of things, like when you do 25% completion, or in this special event like this one, when you finish a stage you get the bonus, right? Those don't go count against your daily limit or the 4 million limit. But so anyway, point being, motorsport dollars seems not as scarce, let's just say. So that is the strategy that I'm taking here. So for stage 1, I'm essentially gonna get started today, run through and complete these 4 events, and then, because I know I have enough time to do that, I probably am not going to have enough time to go any further today, so I will return tomorrow with the remaining stages and goals when I know I can take advantage of that 3-hour instant service / tune-up offer. So but yeah, so cloud restore essentially is the way you can do these type of things in these events. So I suspect it's going to be the same for the next event. I'm expecting that with the, what do you call that, the Formula E New York event, they'll probably give you the instant service and instant tune-up offer at the beginning. So if you can obviously afford those tune-ups right away at the beginning, then you know you can get them right away and not worry about having to wait for them to be researched and developed, right? So motorsport dollar tune-ups typically don't take very long, but still, it's a time that, you know, if you don't have to wait, why would you want to, right? I guess, assuming that you can afford these. So anyway, yeah, the stage 1, we're gonna be able to actually wrap up all 4 goals here without needing service, so that's good. And then stage 1, there is no PR requirement, as you can see here, so we don't need any tune-ups. So it works out kind of, you know, in my favor for what I'm trying to pull off here. So, all right, stage 1, as you expect, pretty simple, easy challenges here. So I'm gonna just run right through, no bot training this time around. We got 2 laps, and we cannot damage the car, I think is what it said. No damage, and we need to overtake 6 opponents, 6 unique opponents. Basically means, you know, you cannot pull back and get ahead 6 times to accrue 6 overtake. Although, because they said you have to win, you have to overtake all these guys anyway. That seems kind of a unnecessary description, you know? I mean, how else would you win unless you overtake these guys, right? Oh well. Anyway, so stage 1, the winning is gonna be, and by the way, the skipping cost is significantly higher than how it was in the last version in 8.5, where it actually costed less to skip a lot of the goals as soon as the PR requirement appeared. Then using, you know, getting tune-ups to actually run through the event. Well, they fixed that, so the skipping cost for this event is going to be significant. Well, it is significantly higher than the last time, and the payout for completing each stage is pretty, it's nerfed. So we're not going to get as much back, unfortunately. But there's still 50 gold to be won. And that 50 gold you can win, obviously, without necessarily spending any gold. You are essentially converting your motorsport dollars for gold in this event, which is, you know what? That's not a bad trade. I'll take that trade any day. Anyway, final goal, we're just gonna stroll through the finish line. There we go. Alright, so that will do it for the 4 goals here in stage 1. Picking up a few more driver XP. So if we want to go pretty far in the 2020 season, we're gonna need a bit more driver XP and spend actual gold to upgrade, level up our driver here. So yeah, I don't know. Alright, the car is solidly in red now, but once I return to this event, I'll have the instant service deal going, so get the car repaired when we're ready to tackle the remaining stages. But for now, that'll do it for the stage 1. We pick up 5 gold, which is, 5 free gold. So that's not bad. And stage 2 on, you're gonna need a PR requirement. So technically those are not gonna be free winnings. But once again, it's like converting motorsport dollars for gold. So I say it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, that will do it for this video. So see you guys in stage 2.